Hey there, coming back with another episode. This is actually the final episode in the month of December. I am going to post this for the final, close down the year as I take some solace, quiet, and just reflection. What I wanted to do is set up the new year like I set up the new year last year with Mel Robbins' 6 questions. So here's the document that I have from last year. Make your 2024 your best year. My sister friend Vanessa was gracious enough to go through these questions with me. We found out when we started going through them that it was more than what we thought. So I wanted to make this highlight because it's something that I want to do every year moving forward. But there is something that I realized when we started talking, my sister friend Vanessa and I, to start preparing for 2025, something came out that I wanted to share with you so that it can sound and be humanized when we're doing things that may be good for us, but may not feel the best. Meaning, the first time I got this information, it was through Coach Dana. She's actually someone that I went to college with. She was my RA, and we found reconnected going through this coaching program, coaching at the Cochran House. And we're only a couple of years apart, but she was like a junior when I was a freshman. So, you know, that upperclassman thing. But she sent us the video with Mel Robbins. And you know what I told Vanessa? I was like, my initial thought was, I might want to do that. That was my initial thought. This is, Healthy by Design, wanting to do the best type of Jasmine type of person. And I realized when I said it out loud to her, I needed to share it out loud, one to myself, and then to anyone and to everyone who starts something and you may not want to initially do it. While I was just like, I don't think I want to watch that. And I'm going to say it because I'm one that gives people videos. So I had to realize, like, people may not always want to listen to what you're sending them or sharing them. So I wanted to say this because just because I felt initially a certain way, I am super grateful that I did not stay with that first thought. And let me tell you why. Because this was one of the best things that I did in 2024. There are some others. I highlighted it. I actually have now made a collage of some things for each month. I literally just did this where I was just like, oh wait, look through my list in my phone, because what she suggests is that you go through your phone and look at what you did for each month of the previous year. So since I did it last year, I was more intentional about this year with documenting things. So reason why I'm taking my time with this, again, this is my last video, and I want anyone who may feel that, what is she talking about? Nobody has time to do that feeling, to stick with me, and not just with me, stick with yourself. And when I say that, I mean, my initial thought was just like, nobody has time for that. But when I took the time and I went through the questions, it was something that was of great value for me. So I joked around and I said, I'm using the same one. So it's going to be Make 2025 your best year ever. But I am going to share with you the 6 questions so that you can think about it for your life. So question number 1 is, what were the highlights from the past year of your life? And you simply go through each month. We're in the month of December now, and I'm finishing up that for this year. Question number 2, what were the hardest aspects of the past year of your life? And then it has 5 different categories that you can respond to. Question number 3, what did you learn about yourself over the past year? And again, there are categories listed for you to review. She also has a bonus section for your personal audit that I highly recommend. And then in the next section of looking forward begins question number 4 with stop, start, and continue. What are the things you are going to stop doing in the next year of your life? And the areas are listed. Question number 5, what are the things that you will continue doing in your life within the next year? And then question number 6, what do you want to start doing in the next year of your life? And then there's another part where you can create your plan, or what do you want to create in your life. The reason why this is so just so rich and so connected and resonates with me, because this year in 2024, I came out with my workbook, Healthy by Design, and it is going to be linked into the description for you to be able to purchase your copy. But with that being said, the next thing that came to me as I finished the questions for Mel Robbins is this wonderful book called The 12-Week Year. I was in my co-working space, and this was the recommended book for the month. I've not seen another one the entire year, but this was the one recommended for the month. I listened to the audiobook, and I was like, whoa, that's powerful. I don't want to tell the entire spiel if you want to read it, but the Cliff Notes version, instead of looking at your year in quarters that a lot of people do, Q1 through Q4, this is looking at your year within 12 weeks. With that being said, not like you have 12 weeks. When you think about your year, if you look at it from a 12-week perspective, I had 2 things that I wanted to accomplish for that 12-week to start myself off with this. And one was looking for another role within my organization, because I love the organization. And then the second one was to complete my workbook. I had started with the outline, but I wanted to complete it. Do you not know, within that 12 weeks, I was able to complete that. Both that I have 4 fingers up, but both that I had. I'm not saying that I did not do the work, because I did do the work. What I am acknowledging is that when I had a higher level of intentionality, my focus was gauged. So this year for me, I have things that I accomplished, but I'm not putting them in buckets of I did so much. I am really, really, really seeing how being focused on maybe 1 or 2 things continued throughout the year, and I was able to see something that I have not seen before. And then with that being said, I don't have my book here, but I do have where I accomplished with Dr. Eric Thomas in the month of March. I went through his More in 24. So I went through the 365. We are actually on day 3. This will come out and we'll be on day 351, December 16th. Happy birthday to me, by the way. And with that being said, the intentional focus of getting up early to listen to the #1 motivational speaker in the world, to focus my day, to prepare my day, to have a routine, very, very, very powerful. With that being said, I started writing down things that I wanted to accomplish after listening to him consistently, to write things down, dream big. There's one thing that I wanted to do. I have it in my Crucial Conversations book, and it was to complete the Extreme Execution Certification. I wrote that down in April of this year as one of the things that I wanted to accomplish. So I wrote it down, and I wrote it down on April the 2nd, 2024. So it was a list of other things that I wanted to accomplish, which I was able to get. But do you not know, in June of 2024, so the 29th and the 30th, I went to Lansing, Michigan, and I am now an Extreme Execution Certified Coach. What that means is that for the flight assessment, here's my flight assessment, I can administer this. Why is this important? Because this is something that is outside of my scope of 9 to 5 work, but it is in the scope of being a healthy life designer, and it's something that is very important to me. So that was accomplished. I am not listing just the accomplishments to impress anybody else, because that's not the focus. The focus is that once I put my eyes on a target and a goal and an intention, being able to go through that step by step is what I am wanting anyone on the other side of this screen being able to see. Sometimes we want things and we just kind of sit and wait till that thing or the things come to us. There was a process for me to be able to go through the extreme execution, but the process was something I was focused on because my goal and my target was clear. I wanted to become extreme execution certified, and that I am. So that is one thing that I have here for the flight assessment. And again, what I am going to do is, if you're interested in getting your flight assessment done, send an email. I'll have the email in the description box with the workbook Healthy by Design. I am actually going to be having workshops in 2025, so be on the lookout for that. So the final thing I want to circle through for this end of the year recap for myself. I'm looking down because I have things here. I wanted to once again show what I had available with the idea Healthy by Design. This is the real and the raw of the workbook. You can see Healthy by Design, handwritten. And then the course of time, getting a team. Shout out to Kyla Capri Media and Dorian Brooks, who have been very helpful. And then Jenny Lyon and other people who have assisted. Those who have read the manuscript, the draft, and been able to put the shouts out. Thank you all. This could not have been done by myself. And I realized when we're doing something, we have to be the ones who make the decision to get it done. So after I made the decision, met with some people, again, I've shown this before, it started coming together. Kind of choppy right there. This was the last version that it doesn't have the cover on it anymore because we had to look at things, and there we have it. But this is what you'll see. And then this isn't even the final copy. Again, praise to Coach Angela, Coach Q, and Coach Chanel Denise. All right, showing up, and we're still going to show up with some things. So this is the final sample that actually is, and I'm flipping it like you can see it, that is what's going to be coming to you should you order it. And I wore this sweatshirt today. So shout out to my nephew, TB. He gave me this, World Vision. I shout him out because he was the first one that we went through this exercise together, and I actually have it. We did it November 11th, 2023, and his lovely wife, my niece. We went through ours December 16th, the day this is coming out, 2023. And this is actually what it looked like. So here you are. And I did one with Anitria, my niece. Shout out to Nini. Anitria, Mrs. Bonnie. Excuse me, no disrespect. I'm putting this for, again, anyone who thinks where you start off is nothing or little, doesn't have any weight to it, but it's not where you start off. After thinking about what I did with Anitria, this is December 17th, 2023. So in 1 year's time, I have gone from this, from an idea that I had here, to a workbook. And I want to show one of the pages because the idea is still here. Here we go. There you are. It looks a lot different from this. And I'm not making this video obviously pretty. I'm making it real for you because sometimes our lives aren't pretty. Sometimes they don't come together And I'm not being lazy. Sometimes we're so accustomed to editing that we don't live full out because we don't think it's good enough because it's not perfect. I'm coming imperfectly because that is how you truly can live a life that's healthy by design. The design sequence, the design process, the design connection and entire journey is not one that is linear. It can go from so many different angles. I took an architectural course because I just really wanted to understand how things worked with having something built. It was so dynamic because there are so many different people that you get to work with, and there are different phases in one project, and bringing an idea from ideation stage to fruition. And in order for things to actually take place, you have to be open and connected resourcefully to other people. So why I say this about the end of the year of 2024 is that your life is meant to be created in the healthiest way that you get to determine. There are people that you may need in your life. I am one of those people who I hope that you would take me up on the offer and get you a workbook called Healthy by Design, because in the workbook, what you're going to do is be able to create your own space within the book for you to be able to see where you currently are in different areas and then where you need to be. You don't have to necessarily know how you're going to get there, but what you can do is start. So as we end out 2024, again, highly recommend Mel Robbins. I'm giving her a new name, Mel Robbins, 6 questions. And it's something that you can do with yourself, friends, family, but definitely you want to do this with yourself. The final thing that I am going to share is because I went to MSU's Culture of Finances. This is an area within the Healthy by Design framework. The reason why I wanted to share this is because sometimes, again, we won't know what we need and what we have in front of us until we take that step. So I'm going to have more information about this for anyone who wants to focus more on their finances from a holistic and a focused vantage point. And then again, in the description, you will have the information where you can purchase Healthy by Design. I am looking forward to 2025 coming to you virtually monthly with workshops that, if you're interested, put your name and just again, let me know that you're interested. If you purchase or when you purchase the workbook, you will be automatically on that email list so that you'll know when it's coming up. And then if you want Healthy by Design to come to a place near you, what I like to offer you is to invite yourself into your life in a space, not pushing a workbook. I am advocating and encouraging you to live the healthiest life that you were created to live, because guess what? You're worthy, you're worth it, and you're enough. So this is the end of 2024 and video posting for Jasmine. But this is not the end of how we're going to move forward. So until next year, y'all have a good one, okay? Bye.